The best just keeps getting better.
buy the same products you do, only I get
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to AM2, and we have rain. That is what you love to see when you first load in. We are back for the first round of the AM2 side here at Japan. In the co-coms with me is my friend Devil. How you doing, Devil?
Hello, Mr. B. Schultz. How are you doing today? I'm good. Good evening to everyone in the chat as well. Japan, Suzuka, rain. Oh my God, this is going to be interesting for sure. Interesting to see if it's wets or intermediates. I'm guessing wets, with how hard it's pouring down. It should be spicy in qualifying.
Yes, yes, indeed. We'll see what the weather will be like in the race, but will be interesting to see if they go wet setups or dry setups, depending on what the race weather is looking like here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm let's see if somebody takes a gamble, goes on intermediates on a wet track or something, to see if they can get a faster lap time. That would probably spice things up for sure. Yeah. Also, you'll kind of want to see how some of the guys will do in the rainy conditions here. Might be a mixed grid for sure. Maybe some crashes in qualifying. You never know.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I can't even drive this track in the dry, more or less in the wet, so I'll be interested to see how these drivers do.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher tracks in the calendar for sure this season. Yeah, those first S's will probably be the hardest ones to take, especially in the rain for sure.
For
Getting traction off of them would be really hard.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, we don't know the weather in the booth, but it'll be interesting. Well, the Aston Martin of Stubley is out on the soft compound. That's a strategy and a half. Maybe they
Wow.
know something we don't, but it sure looks wet up here in the booth. Oh, we got
Yeah,
another driver on.
Kane is on softs as well. Um, Nortec on the softs. Put Kool-Aid Man on the softs. So I'm guessing it's probably going to dry up, or they're just doing a out to in lap or something because it feels weird to me why they're in softer compounds on what looks like pouring rain.
Yeah, it looks like every single person that has gone out so far has been on the soft compound tire. Maybe it looks better in their view than it does for us. We will see, but interesting to say the
Yeah.
least. Oh, DK with already a
Ooh.
five-place grid penalty. That is not how you want to start your weekend at all.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. You kind of get these penalties if if you're going in a train a little bit in qualifying, which is not always right, but unfortunately we don't restart sessions here, so I'm guessing he's gonna have to take that, unfortunately.
I'm very intrigued. I don't know. It looks like it's coming down pretty hard, but every single person out there right now is on the soft tire, so not too sure. But
Orlando coming out of the pits on the intermediates, the first person I've seen, or no, Chewy, sorry.
hmm, interesting. Well, anyways, we're gonna go on board with Stubley for his first lap. We'll see how well he can take it. Oh, well, he's already gone wide into turn one. So, yeah, again, don't know if the dries are the right tire choice, but we sure will figure that out real soon. Looks like Kane's
Yeah.
just starting his lap, so we'll go on board with him, see if he takes turn one any better. He took turn one a lot better, hugs the apex. We'll see how he takes the S's in the tricky conditions. Looks pretty hooked up right now. About to come to the end of the first. Oh, and he got loose. Oh, he saves it. Keep it out of the wall. What a beautiful save by Orlando there. Got a little bit loose coming in that uphill left-hander, but he's still sticking with it, it looks like. Definitely going to lose him some
Yeah, that was
time.
an excellent save there, for sure.
Coming into the hairpin here. Takes a nice wide line. Hugs it close to the exit. Looks like he gets a good drive off. Coming down to turn 13 here. The good old spoon curve. We'll see how well he takes this.
Very tricky couple of corners. You gotta hook him up.
Looking pretty good. That was a pretty good spoon right there. Bad Fast joining us here for the 20th driver on the grid. Stubley with a provisional 136.6 to put him on provisional pole. We'll see how Orlando can top that. Don't know if he'll be able to get that close because he did have that moment.
Do you mean Kane?
That's what I meant. Who did I say?
Orlando?
Oh, I just love Orlando so much. You know, I got his name stuck in my head. 39-1.
DK behind, which should beat him with a 37-2. Dead Storm coming behind him as well.
Go on board with Death Storm here. He's hugging the line. A 35-5. Oh, no, that's Redog. Never mind.
Redog.
I'm
Fantastic lap from him there.
getting all my buttons mixed up. Okay, we'll go on board with... He's just starting a lap. We'll go on board with Chaggerty here. Coming to the line. He's going to put in a 37-3, which will put him P5. Go on board with... Who's coming to the end of our laps here?
Ragley is going to start his lap.
Well, we're going to go on board with Chewy here since he is on the inters. And that's who I selected
As
by mistake.
Orlando goes P3 with on the inters, as well as Fiverr eclipses him by 3 thousandths of a second to go P2.
Was Redog on the inters or the softs? Could you tell me that?
He was on the softs.
Okay, so it's a split. It's got to be pretty close out there, I guess, in lap time for these
Yeah.
guys. It still looks like it's raining, though, so...
As Fragley loses it, and he resets on track.
Oh, that is not good. MVD coming to the line. He's going to get P4 with a 13 or 35-5. The top four are very close together. Who we gonna go on board with here?
I'm looking at Nick Minty. He's probably doing a quick lap as well.
Okey-dokey, we'll go on
In
board
the
with Nick
Haas
here. Also on the
P2
soft
in
tires.
yes. P2 in Bahrain. We'll see what he can come up with. Hooks that curb up, gets a good exit off of Spoon. As Fuse goes fastest with a 35-2.
Again, on the soft tire. Oh, Kane
Uh,
retired. That
oh
is
no,
not what you like to see. It looks like that. Looks like in the S's he retired. Probably got a
yes.
little bit loose there. Minty coming to the line here. A 36.0 to put him P9 with his first lap there. Go on board with Warren. He's just starting his lap. We'll see if Hood's coming to the. There we go. Hood's coming to the end of his lap here. We'll stay on board with him. Coming up to Spoon. Through 13. Through 14. Looked pretty tidy. We'll see what his sector 2 split is. As Spanini, is that how you, Spanini? With a
Panini,
35.1, putting it in P1 at the moment.
a tenth faster than Fuse on the soft tires as well. Inters might have not been the optimal choice.
Does not look
Although
like
it
it.
looks like, to my eyes, it looks like it's pouring. I don't know what these guys are seeing.
Yeah, I don't know if the commentators got different graphics than the drivers, but it sure doesn't look like soft weather driving out there. I mean, you can tell it's definitely wet though, because
Yeah,
I mean, these guys, if it was a full dry track, probably be running, what was the pole times yesterday? 27? 28s?
yeah. I believe Chubb got a 26-8.
So you can definitely. Oh, Warren invalidated. We'll go to bad fast here.
That
He's just
yeah,
starting his lap. But you can definitely tell the track is wet if they're setting
yeah.
135s for pole at the moment. But it is intriguing that they can still go that fast on the soft tire in the wet.
Yep, I think they don't have DRS, so I probably not enabled. Oh,
What a save by bad fast there. Very squirrely. Out of turn 7? Turn 7, I think that is.
7. Yeah, we'll call it turn 7. Yes, that is indeed handy with the hands there on the steering wheel for sure.
Going through the hairpin here. Looks like he's got good traction on exit. Going down to Spoon here. Looks like basically everybody I've been on board with has had trouble with that turn 7 in the rain, so
Yep. Warren was out on his flying lap as well, but he has invalidated.
not what you want to see on your first lap. Always want to set a banker to start.
Definitely. Although, if the conditions are getting better, few people have not even set their laps or have not even come out. So you never know.
Yeah,
They
that
might
is.
be waiting for conditions to dry.
As Bad Fast crosses the line with a 36.7, only puts him P13 at the moment. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
anybody is anybody actually on a lap.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Chewy is
Yeah.
on a hot lap.
And he's on the inters
Uh,
again.
yes, and he's 2 tenths up after sector 1.
Very interesting. So it's got to be close between the softs and the inters right now because you got a mix
Yep.
of softs and inter times at the top here. I guess it's just
Yep.
whatever. Oh, now he's says he's 4 tenths or 4 seconds down now.
Oh,
Oh,
he
he's
because he
backed
made a
out.
mistake and
Yeah.
he's backed out.
We'll go Redogs invalidated. Let's see. Go on board with Matt Duo here, starting his lap through the S's here. He's on the soft compound at the moment. We'll see if he can improve on the 35.8 he set on his first lap. Did not get loose coming through turn 7 like everybody else has that I've seen.
Hmm, interesting. I'm seeing here that DK, who initially probably went on the softs, has now come out on the inters.
So that's curious. I wonder if it's getting more wet. Because I was going to say, if it's drying up, you definitely would want to be the last one across the line. But if it's getting more wet out there, it's, basically
Yeah,
going to keep the grid the way it is. Maybe that's why everybody went out on softs early, because it was going to get more wet. I'm not too sure.
that would mean Warren and Carton, who haven't set a lap yet, are probably in danger of starting on the last row.
Yeah, we'll see. But we'll see what Matt Duo's second split is. He is up 5/10. That will put him up at the top even more. But the top four are spread by almost just a little bit over a tenth. So it's very, very close. But coming to the line, he's going to set a 35-4, which will put him P6 from first to eighth. Less than 5/10 covering the spread at the moment. That is what you love to see here in qualifying.
Yes, it's looking extremely close. And what's more interesting is it's on different tires. A couple of them on the softs, a few of them on the inters. So, it's kind of interesting how the lap times are so close together.
100%. We're going to go on board with Fraggly.
Fraggly, fragile.
Anyways, he's coming to the line. And he's going to set a 37.6 to put him P17 at the moment.
Needs to do a lot better than that if he wants to move up the grid for sure.
Ooh, Hood gets blocked on his first turn after Fraggly did not get out the way. I don't know if Fraggly's on another lap. He is technically entitled, but if he is on the cooldown lap, he should have got out of the way. But while we were
As
talking,
Hood, yes, go on.
F7R putting it on provisional pole with a 34.7 on the inters.
Yeah, that was a fantastic lap there. 4 tenths off of Splanini in the softs.
As a Ferrari is around, that is Fuse on his outlap on the soft. Luckily, he's out of the way, but he is definitely going to have to go back to pit road for a new wing. We'll go on board with Spanini here as he's coming down into turn 9. And never mind,
He
he
has
is just
invalidated.
invalidated. We'll go on board with Warren since he hasn't set a lap yet. We'll see. And what a quick hand. I was about to say something that quick hands that he's got there to not get in the barrier. We'll see how he can finish the lap here.
Just a reminder to everybody in the chat to please go and put in your predictions. Safety car and VSE under 2.5 or over.
Yes. So
Get it in fast. You have 4 minutes left. And a change.
We will have a winner. There are no ties today, ladies and gentlemen. As E. Warren is exiting turn 14 here. We'll see if he can hook up the final few corners. Let's see where he can put in an 18.5 second split. Not too sure how good that is in the rain. Haven't done any rain running, so. But we'll see out of the final corner here. We'll see if he hugs the right side. He does not. But he does. That's a 36.7 to put him P14.
It's, Orlando is coming through Spoon right now. He probably looks like he's going to challenge a little bit at the front.
Go on board with him here. I don't know if Mail realizes he's in qualifying. But Mail, if you are listening, it is qualifying, sir. You should go out and set a lap. Unless you want to
It's
start
now
last.
or never.
I mean, if you want to start last, love the last first challenge. As Orlando crosses the line, that is a 35-2 to put him P6. As there is a car coming behind him. That is Deathstorm to start a lap. We'll go on board with him. He loves the wet, except he has backed off.
Up at the front, Electric Blade looks like he is a few tenths up on his first sector.
Go on board with him. So it does not look like Mail is going to go out for a lap. He will be starting last. We'll see if he can complete the last to first challenge in the first race of the AM2 season.
Love the confidence for sure.
As Blade goes through turn 14 here, we'll see if he's up through the second sector split time.
As Bad Fast moves into P14.
Electric Blade
just
up
behind.
8/10. That would put him around. I would only move him up about 4 to 5 positions at the moment. It is very tight at the top of the field. Basically, second through 10th. And Electric Blade puts a flyer in to put him P3.
That's a fantastic lap from Blade right there.
Again, on the soft tires. So, again, very interesting the difference in soft tires and intermediates. To be honest, I couldn't tell you which one's better.
Me neither. I'm seeing a couple on the inters. We saw Blade setting his fast time in the soft, so I have no clue.
As
But these
Warren
drivers are doing it.
Warren backs off. Spoonie has retired in the pits, so he's gonna stay in his P2 unless he gets pushed down there. Warren is going very slow. I don't know if he's out of fuel or maybe he's just letting everybody by. But if I'm not
Lot of
mistaken, yeah, our provisional pole runner at the moment is on the inters. So maybe the inters are the right choice because he is up by almost, well, just over 4 tenths. Or yeah, 4 tenths.
as Bad Fast is coming towards the line.
What position is he in? P15. And
Can
he's
he
going to.
challenge? He goes into P9 with a 35.3. Look at that, how close it is between P2 to P13.
Yes,
Just
very.
4 5 tenths, which separating 12 drivers.
This is the qualifying you love to see. You want to see if you make one little mistake, it's going to push you down the board 4, 5, maybe even 6 spots. You love to see it this close, as Orlando and Death have both retired, so their lap times will be their final. As Stubley puts in a 33.8. I do not know if the track is getting faster or if that is just an outstanding lap time, as Hood is going to be qualifying done as he is in the gravel trap.
As Carton has finally decided to come out of the pits and set a lap as well. So we will
Interesting.
have all 20 drivers setting their lap times.
Maybe he knew something. As
Hmm.
F7R, or was I on board with Matt there? Well, Matt going up with a
Matt,
35.0 to put him up into P3 here. Maybe Mail just knew that the track was going to be at its best in the final seconds, but him and this Red Bull are basically fighting for track here. We'll see if that hurts anybody coming up to the final turn. It looks like the Red Bull has backed off. But we'll see what type of lap Mail can put in here. One-shot qualifying for him.
his teammate Nick Minty, meanwhile, set a purple middle sector and is 1.2 seconds faster.
As Mail goes P17, we will go on board with Nick here as he's finishing his lap. We'll see how many spots he can jump up the grid here. As he goes P2 with a 34.5. That is a great last lap out of Nick there.
As Fuse goes into the pits.
And that will be qualifying over with Stubley destroying the rest of the field with that lap. Again, on the inters. The top five were at least on the inters that I can see. I mean, I can't see the people that retired, but it looks like the Inter was the right tire call at the end of qualifying there. But you love to see it that close. That is how you want qualifying to shape out.
Yeah, it's what's interesting is the tire choices between the drivers, which I thought was fascinating. But Stubley again, 7 tenths. He is, I think, a master of the rain because last season AM1 he did win a race in Monaco in the wets.
For sure. Would you like to take us through the grid here?
Yes, we have Stubley in P1, followed by Nick in P2, Jace in P3, followed by Chewy P4, Mad Duo P5 with Spunini P6, Blade in P7 with Fuse in 8, Hood Kool-Aid Man in 9 with Orlando, DK, and then followed by Bad Fast, Redog in 13, Fiverr 14, Warren in P15, Death in 16, Carton 17, Chaggerty 18, Fragile 19, and Kane rounding out the top 20.
You love to see it. And as you saw on that graphic there, lots of different tire choice. So it'll be interesting once it comes race time, if it is dry or wet. And it's going to be, drum roll please,
A dry session looks like, at
dry.
least
So it'll be interesting to see those guys that used their softs in the race, how many fresh softs they do have left for the race. Really, on average, I think you only need one here. But again, for AM2, or I guess for cost in general for season 13, there has been a fuel rule changes. There is no formation lap now, and safety cars are on reduced. So we're hoping to see less safety cars. It's going to be quick right from the jump here. So we'll try and bring you the best action possible once the lights go out.
It will be interesting to see the tire choices here. Would anybody dare to go on the softs? That's the interesting
Yes.
question. Who might start on the hards? Or anybody want to play it safe and go on the mediums?
I will throw the tire graphic up if there is a early safety car. If not, I'm going to keep it off the stream because it is pretty clunky.
Would would be interesting to see if there's mixed weather as well as the session goes on.
And as we go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go for the first race of the AM2 season. Good getaway from Stubley here. It looks like his teammate, or sorry, not his teammate. They look like they're in the same cars. F7R gonna stick to P2 there. MVD and
Some action at the back.
MVD and Spadini. MVD is gonna get through, but it looks like pretty much single file, unless farther back. We got cars double file here. Looks like they're all going to sort each other out at the back there. It looks like all single file running for now. Go back on board with Stubley here.
Pulling out a little bit. Interesting to see what tires they're on for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely go on board with the mid-pack here. Then we get sort of a view of everybody. Doesn't look like anybody's going for a move right now. Actually, it looks like the Red Bull of Bad Fast is even with Redog, but Redog is going to make the pass, and it was almost 3 wide there for a second. Redog right on the back of Matt Duo. We'll see how that trio shakes out.
Interesting tire choices here. Half the field on the softs, it looks like, half on the mediums.
Not too shabby. We're going to stay on board with Redog here, see if he makes a move down into the final few turns, and he's going to send it up the inside. And he does a bit wide, but he makes it stick with no contact. A beautiful move by Redog there.
As the top two begin to pull away from Nick Minty, who's on the mediums. As Chewy makes a pass on Nick Minty there.
Oh, and there's some contact. And goes around Spanini. I saw a little bit of contact in turn 1 or 2. I guess it's technically turn 2. He's going to try and rejoin the track here when everybody's gone past him.
Hopefully he doesn't have any damage as Mad Duo has left the session. Let me quickly send him an invite.
Both Alpines are in pit road. Not too sure what happened to them on the first lap. Might have got some damage. But it looks like Redog is going to try and send it on the outside of Hood Kool-Aid. Hood Kool-Aid's going to stick the inside. He is on the mediums as Redog is on the softs. A little tap there. Could have been desync. As they come around, they are still even. Hood touches the grass just a hair. Hood's going to have the inside line for Spoon. It looks like he's going to make this move stick.
Excellent move there from Hood Kool-Aid Man.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, I'm hoping Mad Duo can join the session as he has lagged out.
His Electric Blade's going to try and hold it around the outside, which will turn to the inside. He pushes the Haas a little bit wide, but I would say that's a pretty clean move. But the Haas is going to lose 3 positions, maybe 4. Redog's going to go for it down here on the inside. Going to make the move pretty easily.
Fantastic start to the race from Electric Blade there. I think he's made up about 3 or 4 positions, as well as his teammate Bad Fast. Fantastic start, at least with the Red Bull duo.
For sure. We're going to go on board with Hood here, as there's a pretty close battle between 5th or 4th to about 10th. We'll all be in a DRS train. Not that I think DRS is that powerful here, as it is only on the main straight, but you'll definitely get the extra overspeed.
as Warren makes a move on Chaggerty down in P16.
And that's a VSC. I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't see any
As
positions lost.
Warren is slow,
Oof, that is not what you love to see.
or is it Warren? No,
I'm not too
not
sure.
sure who it was.
There's no
Yeah,
wing damage. It looks like the Alpine's at the back. No wing damage there, so I'm not too sure, but it is just a VSC. That's the first VSC of the night for the prediction. We'll see how the rest of the race shapes up, as we'll stay on board with Fuse here, as this DRS train might continue. As we are back under green here, Stubley, haven't touched on him a lot, but he has gotten out to a 1.5 second lead. And then S7R with a 1.5 second gap to MVD.
as DRS is enabled here, we might see an overtake from Fuse on Electric Blade. Can Hood Kool-Aid Man go through as well?
Yes,
No,
when the racing is this tight, it is very hard to not lose more than one position down these DRS straights.
that is for sure. We'll see if Electric Blade can keep up. We'll see if Fuse can catch the soft runners up at the front. With him being the first runner on the mediums, he's currently a second and a change away, and he probably is using his battery to catch up to Chewy.
As Chaggerty is now in the pits, he might have been the guy to bring out the VSC, not too sure. It looks like Nick has lost a bit of time to 7th, so there'll be about 2 different splits here now with the DRS. Redog is probably licking his chops here as P7. They'll have the DRS from behind once we get to the main straight here.
He is on the softer tires, so he would want to start making his moves right now on Hood, Electric, and Fuse, who are on the mediums.
For sure. Fuse is pulling out a bit of a gap to Electric Blade, as it looks like Hood Kool-Aid is getting all up in that toe, and he's swerving a little bit, maybe trying to fake a move. We'll see if he goes down the inside for the final few turns. He is just going to fall back in line and wait for the DRS.
Chewy has reeled in Jays as well, who is in P2.
Yeah, we're going to go... We'll go on board with Hood for now. We'll see if the DRS can get him up into turn 1.
As
Just
Bad
not
Fast
close enough.
moves ahead of Nick Minty down for into P8.
Love to see it. Very close racing, just like we saw last week. Obviously going to be a bit more spread out since Japan. It's very hard to follow cars through the S's, but still, a lot of the gaps are very close.
For sure. We see multiple different trains forming as well. I see at least 4 to 5 different DRS trains definitely out on the track.
Same as I've noticed with the AM3 race. It seems like a lot of people are on the soft, which I'm very surprised about because the softs die so quickly around here.
Well, they start to go down after lap 6 or 7. But yeah, maybe they were hoping for a safety car or something like that so that they can take those softs to like lap 11 and 12 and go on to the hards to the end of the race. So I'm guessing if you're on the softs, you might want a safety car. You just don't want to be involved in one.
For sure. As Electric Blade has got back onto the back bumper of Fuse, it's going to be a 3-car battle here between Electric, Fuse, and Hood. They're all going to stay single file at least until we get to the straightaway. Go on board with Electric Blade since he's in the middle here. We'll see if he can use the DRS to get past as Fuse is blinking. That means he is below 10% ERS deployment. As Electric Blade, is he going to send it? He is not. He is not. So
As Chewy moves ahead of Jace for P2.
as Redog is in the pits, I wonder if he got damaged because it is very early to be pitting.
Ooh, I'm not so sure why, but he's currently out of the pits. Maybe he had some wing damage or some kind of strategy. Maybe he's pulling a two-stopper.
Yeah, you never know. The two-stopper may work around here. Not too sure. Two-stoppers are not usually too good in the F1 games because you lose so much time in pit road.
That is for sure. As the soft runners are, and there's
As we
yellows
have a
out.
caution, that is Fiverr. No, is it Fiverr? No, that is
It is Warren, I think.
Yeah, that is Warren. It
Yeah,
looks like, oh, 3-second penalty. He's just destroying all the braking boards for all the people without racing line on. That is unfortunate.
he has
As
no left wing plate for sure. He needs to go into the pits.
as we're going to go back on board with Electric Blade here, we're going to see if he goes for the pass or if, again, he's just going to stick behind Fuse until the DRS zone. It looks like they're going to be contact between Hood and Electric Blade. We'll see who gets the move made out of the corner. Looks like Electric Blade's going to carry on there as Fuse got a little bit extra of a gap because those two were fighting. No
Interesting that
passes.
nobody has any sort of ERS to play with as well, as all three drivers are under 30%.
For sure. Gonna go on board with Minty here as he's catching the back of Bad Fast, him and Orlando. See if they can work together to get around him. Gap's starting to form. There's another caution. That has gone away quick. Might have just been a wobble there between Chaggerty and I don't know. I'm gonna call him Frag.
Fragilely?
Yeah, thank you. I'm not good at pronouncing. I don't know why I chose columns. But it doesn't look like there's much going on there. The closest
For
battle
sure.
is probably 4th through 6th, and then 7th through 9th at the moment.
Well, don't count out the battle for P2 as well, as Chewy and Jace are going at it. Looks like they have similar ERS levels, but they're not able to catch Stubbly, who's just cruising at the moment.
Is Stubbly on the softs or medium tires, sir?
The top three are on the softs, with 4 to 9 on the mediums.
Electric
Make
Blade.
that 4 to 10.
Okay. Electric Blade still not going for the pass down through that final chicane there. We'll see if we can get the pass done with the ERS help.
He is deploying for sure as Fuse is blinking.
As Nick looks like he's gone for a move in the background. As Electric Blade makes the move through turn 1. Looks like Nick got the move done on Bad Fast there.
Yes, he takes goes down the inside at the DRS zone and makes a clean pass on Bad Fast.
Fuse using all the curbs and the grass to try and catch back up to Electric Blade. He wants that position back as Redog sets the fastest lap of the race. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. You're all good.
As Fuse is still blinking. Don't know what the ERS is like for the guys around, but Nick is also on a mission to try and get back in DRS range of Hood and bring that train along.
Nick is trying to catch Hood Kool-Aid Man, and if he does, he looks like he has the best ERS level out of all the cars in that train. So if Nick closes in, that 3-car train would probably be around 7 cars from Electric down to Orlando.
For sure. I'd say the guys on the softs will probably, their pit window will be opening soon, and then they'll probably go hards the rest of the way.
Yes, for sure.
As we got another caution.
Safety car. It's a safety car.
Oof.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
not sure what happened there.
Fragili. Fragley?
Cragley?
He has no
As
wing.
as everybody from P2, P3 comes into the pits.
That is going to screw the top 3 drivers. It looks like they were past pit road once the safety car came out. And the safety car is in front of them, so they will not be allowed to go around. So they will lose tremendous positions at this moment.
That is unfortunate.
Fuse might be okay because he's on the mediums, but still he's definitely going to want to probably pit because new tires and old tires are just crazy different. But that is really unfortunate for the top 3 guys.
Yes, for sure. Stubbly and Chewy, mind you, they are on the softs. So if it were me, I would probably come in because you're just gonna get overtaken by everybody from who've pit for new tires for sure, and those softs would be down to like 50% wear already.
Yeah, no, for sure. Those softs, if you're a soft runner, you definitely want to pit. If I was Fuse, I would definitely want to pit. I know the hards will definitely be screaming at the end. I can tell you that for a fact, but I mean, they could definitely go to the end, I think.
Yeah, the
Um,
hards can go to the end. You still have 2 laps of safety cars with guys like Fragile and Fiverr who are probably a lap behind. For them to catch up, it'll take a couple of laps for sure. And hards can do 17 laps or 19 laps or 17, sorry. So yeah, I think hards should be fine. They should wear about 50% maybe, but they'll do okay.
no, for sure.
It's these soft runners that I'm worried about at the top two, and Fuse as well.
Interesting that basically everybody is on the hard compound that has pitted. The first medium runner will be DK and Death on them in P12 and 13 there. I'm guessing they will probably move up 3 spots because I'm going to guess the top three will be pitting,
Yep.
as it looks like
Yep.
they will all be pitting there. Smart move. That's really unfortunate for Stubley because he basically had this race at the reins at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely unfortunate for them, but I mean, that's racing, I guess. Luck of the draw.
Yeah. Yeah, if it were me, I would be so devastated right now. But there's still 17 laps to go with the pace that Stubley was showing. He could maybe try and get a top five maybe from here, and you never know. There could be safety cars in the future as well. So yeah, I wouldn't lose all my hopes just yet. There's still 17 laps, like I said.
Oh, for sure. And we'll see if Reed Dog can make his way through the field. We saw his qualifying lap last week. He was miles ahead of the rest. So we'll see how if his race pace here can transform him into getting some points here. But
Definitely.
on the prediction notice, people that bet under 2.5 are shaking in their boots because if we get one more safety car, they are out of their points.
Not to forget VSC as well. So if we get another VSC, you'll lose.
If you see yellow pop up on the full track, you are sad if you bet the under. But that is what gambling is, kids. You don't win every single time. As a
That is
safety,
true. If not, everybody who goes to Vegas would be filthy rich.
I wish. I don't even want to talk about casinos. Does not look like the
Uh,
safety car is going to go in this lap because we got a
yeah.
few stragglers at the back here. While we're in our safety car here, we'll see with the positions gained and lost. It looks like Mail and Kane are the biggest gainers with 9 spots apiece. And obviously, Stubley and MVD are the biggest losers after that unfortunate safety car with the pit stops, down 13 and 11 respectively.
Yes, some drivers making some fantastic moves, especially I think Electric Blade has been very impressive from the start. He started probably P7, P8, is up into P2. Red Bull, seen as one of the favorites for the constructors this season, and Blade is leading them the charge.
Yes, for sure. And if you like this action, please consider dropping a follow, everybody. If you always got a Twitch Prime sub available, you can always sub for free. Or if you want to pay to
It's
sub, that would be greatly appreciated as well.
also free. Feel free to join the Discord and join the community. And if you feel like racing, just sign up. We still have a lot of seats open, maybe, or a few reserve spots, not maybe seats, but you never know when a full-time seats open up. So try your luck for sure.
For sure. Show us who you're supporting in the chat, everybody.
Who do you think is going to win this race? Maybe you want to throw in some of those predictions as well.
Yeah, what's your prediction looking like? I know we still got more than half the race to go, but who are you looking at right now?
Uh, I think Hood in P4 is probably one of my favorites to go on and win the race. Electric Blade has shown good pace, as well as Jace. He was fighting with the likes of Stubley and Chewy for P3. I'm guessing there'll be my podium at this moment, but don't count out Nick Minty yet because he was the one. I think he got P2 in Bahrain, so we know he has the pace. I mean, there's a lot of drivers, but if I had to put my money right now, I would say Hood for the win.
For sure, yeah. Nick Minty is definitely the safety car whisperer. He got saved last week with the safety car, and he gained spots this week with the safety car. Will that nickname live up for the rest of the season? You'll have to come out next week to find out.
It's safety car in this lap. Let's see when Jace goes off.
He is gone.
That
Got-
was a good start from him for sure.
Looks like
There's
we got a
yellows
yellow
out.
in the back. Looks like
As Kane has had a spin going into the Casio triangles. Not sure if it was contact, but Chewy Fuse, Warren, and Chaggerty into the pits as well.
that is unfortunate. You do not like to see that. MVD and Fuse, their race just went from worse to worse. Well, bad to even worse.
Bad to worse.
Remember, before the safety car, they were P3
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
So this is not how they were hoping to spend their race. As it is single file from first down to ninth, all basically in the same train at the moment, with Deathstorm only being 1 second back of DK in ninth. As he breaks that
As
gap,
a car is going loose, it's Carton. He's losing a couple of positions ahead of Deathstorm. He will look to make that move and try and get into P9.
as we're going to go on board with Bad Fast here. I think he is the closest to anybody at the moment. DRS is not enabled. I think it will be enabled on the start of lap 14.
Top 2 look feisty as well.
As Redog's going for a pass on death, and he is going to make it before the final chicane. As we're going to go on board with Hood here. Looks like he's on the back of Nick. He's going to go to the inside. We'll see if he can get the pass done. And he makes it look easy.
Hood Kool-Aid Man definitely on the charge. Has a second to make up to catch Electric Blade for the top spot. As Carton gets a 3-second time penalty.
You hate to see it. And yes, I said from worse to worse. I am not the smartest human. It's that Canadian education.
I bet it is.
As Electric and F7R are trying to pull away from Hood, so Hood does not get the DRS, as it will open coming to the line, if I am not mistaken.
As Fragley gets a 3-second time penalty.
I think that is 6 now on Fragley, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah, you are right. Only 2 drivers with the penalties, though. Drivers have been clean. Hopefully, they keep it clean for the next 14 laps.
As Deathstorm has lost a few positions, I do not know if he got loose or what, but he has dropped down the order a few spots. We'll see Electric Blade. They were out of, they got Hood out of DRS for a bit, but he's back there now, hovering on the detection point. Not that DRS will actually be able to be used this lap, because the DRS detection point is before the line.
As it is enabled.
It looks like Hood, I don't know if he's burning ERS or if he's got the lower wings. He does gain a lot down the straightaways.
I can tell you top 3 are on or under 25%.
As a Redog get past. Oh, and he passes him back. The switchback. Things you love to see in racing.
Oh, I love the switchback. Yeah, you know, when you do it, it looks so good.
As he is moving his way up through the order. Bit slow, but you know what? We still have half a race to go.
Yes, as his teammate is actually up at the front ahead of him. We'll see if team orders come into play.
As Fraggly's in the pits. Hughes, though, smashes the fastest lap there. He's on the charge, but again, I think him and Stubley's race, unless there's a safety car, is practically over. They are very far back, having to pit again after the safety car went in.
For sure. If you're Stubley, you must be devastated at this point.
But if you're Mercedes, you're about to pop the champagne bottles at the moment, because you... Oh, as Spanini
Oh,
retires
Spanini!
out of Spoon. And that's going to be a safety car.
Looks like there was no. He was battling Deathstorm a couple of laps ago. I don't know if there was contact,
And
but
there's the
he is
wheel.
out of the race, unfortunately for Spanini.
And you see the wheel there. That is not good. And another not good
As
thing.
Jace comes into the pits, a couple of
Interesting.
guys going into the pits for maybe mediums or softs.
The commentator curse strikes again. We say safety car, and it prevails.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I put my bet on over 2.5, and I'm gonna get the dough. So
Yes, everybody who predicted below 2.5, your money is gone. That is why gambling is tough, kids. But you'll always
unless
get
you
the
win.
next chance tomorrow at 9 p.m. during AM1. So we'll look at the tire
As
graphic here.
as
F7R. Sorry, go ahead.
as Fuse and Kane go into the pits as well, Stubbly decides to keep his 2-lap-old mediums.
Probably a good choice there. So definitely not surprised nobody's on the softs here. F7R, the first driver on new tires. I think he'll be in the driver's seat here. 6 laps might not seem like a long time, but I can tell you from experience, 6 laps to 0 laps, that is a very big difference on tire compound usage.
Definitely. I think the hards will probably be hitting 20% wear right now. So they'll be going through their first drop-offs, and mediums are so much faster with just probably after the safety car is in, maybe 10, 11 laps to go. I would. I am changing my bet to Jays for sure. But if you're Jays and Hood Kool-Aid man, do you play the team game and maybe Jays can drag Hood to P1 and P2 as well? So yeah, it sure gotten interesting at this point here at AM2.
No, for sure. Also, it's one thing to catch, it is another thing to pass. So,
Oh,
if we're looking here, the freshest tires are back in P8, which means that is a lot of cars to pass, whether you're on new tires or not. That is a lot of cars to pass. Basically, just gonna have to try and pick them off one at a time when DRS opens.
yes, you will still have 10 laps, so a car a lap will do it for you.
Mail with that penalty. That's going to be unfortunate for him there. So we got a 3-second for Mail, 3-second for Fragili, I don't even know at this
Gradually.
point, and 3 seconds for Warren. But
Only 3 drivers with penalties tonight.
to be fair, I am surprised there's only been one DNF so far. Got to give these guys
Yes,
credit. Lots of clean racing.
unfortunate for Spanini for sure. I think this was his debut, and he would not have wanted to see that for sure at the start of the day. But unfortunate for him, as I think he was good in qualifying. Probably had like P3, P4. Just the race didn't go for him, unfortunately. Especially with I think he spun on lap 1 or 2, and then I think it's gone bad to worse after that.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it is just luck of the draw as we go in no graphics mode until the safety car comes in.
Be interesting to see what guys like Nortec, Stubbly, Chewy can do as well, who are behind Jace, as well as Matt Duo. Everybody is in the mediums, so they'll be looking racy. If I were Matt Duo, Nortec, and everybody else, I would let Jace battle with all the hard runners first before battling with each other. There's no point if you battle all the new compound runners right now. First aim would be to clear all the hards, and then if there's time, battle each other. Because if you battle before the hards runners will probably get away.
As we just got word, there is a new prediction in chat. It is where will Deathstorm finish? So make sure to get
Ooh.
your predictions in, everybody, before that one closes.
It's so the two options, P11, not P11. He is in P11 right now. Do you think he'll end up there?
in my opinion, I would bet not P11. That is very good odds.
Yeah, I mean, it is 19 out of 20 probability that he will not finish P11. So, well, you know, or at this moment in time, it is 18 out of 19 because we have one DNF.
We're about to turn into a gambling stream instead of a Formula One stream.
Hopefully, this is our last safety car and we can get going after the end of this lap.
For sure, it'd be nice to have a 10-lap shootout to the finish here. Again, before the safety car comes in, I'll flash the tire graphics up on the screen one more time. As you can see, the top 7 all on 8-lap old hards. And everybody basically back from that are on new mediums. It says 2 laps, but those have both been under safety car. So, you know, not really anywhere on them. Should be anyways. So yeah, it'll be exciting when we go back racing here. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that.
Let's go. Thank you, Mr. Katie.
We love to see it. Thank you for supporting the community. Much appreciated. As the safety car will be in this lap, we'll see when Electric Blade goes, see if he can catch anybody sleeping. As again, everybody should have all their ERS charged back up too. So it will definitely make it interesting here. We might go on board with F7R after the start straight here, see if he can make up any positions as being the first driver on the new
Freshest tires on the mediums.
So we will see here.
Hopefully, they have all their tires warmed up, especially the hard runners.
As we got a bit of a double wide action in the back. Just remember, guys, keep it single file so people can warm up their tires. As Electric Blade looks like he is gone. As we're going to go on board with F7R in the back of the field, it looks like somebody may have desynced because he is
No,
invisible.
he's lapped. He is lapped.
Oof, that is unfortunate. As we're going to stay on board with F7R here for a lap or two, see if he can make up any spots on those new tires. As Chaggerty retires.
Chaggerty has retired.
And that is another safety car, which is unfortunate because he was in the back. So that's unfortunate, but we'll see if those front guys decide to end up to pit. If so, F7R is looking like the Grand Master.
Yes, sir. And looks like Chaggerty got loose coming out of turn 2, going into the S curves, and he DNF'd. Unfortunate for him, but this gives an opportunity for the hard runners to come back in and get themselves probably a new set of softs.
I'd be interested to see if any guys that just strapped on mediums pit for the soft tires. It will definitely be interesting. And just to let everybody know, the prediction is about to close. So if you want to get any of your last second channel points, make sure to get the predictions in.
Yes, definitely, chat. Come on, let's go. Let's go with the predictions. Time is running out. It will also be interesting to see who has softs left, because if you remember, a lot of people went on to the softs for their first tire runs.
That is true. And just
Let's see if Electric, no,
stays out. Looks like most of the top runners are going to stay out.
as one person, male Carton pits. Looks like Deathstorm is in as well. Surprising, Stubbly, Chewy in.
Which is interesting as the front don't pit. I mean, again, you would lose a lot of positions, but at the same time, you're going to be on such older tires. I just don't know if you're going to, but it is hard to pass here. Really, the only spot you're going to pass is basically the main straight. So, I mean, Electric Blade's looking okay up at front. Again, F7R, the newest tires, P7. You still got to pass, you know, all those cars to try and get the win. But Red Bull's looking good at the moment. Mercedes is looking good. Those are the top 2 teams. Stubbly, MVD, unfortunately, have not been able to make their way up anymore from the first safety car. But we'll see how the rest of this race shapes out. It shouldn't be that many safety car laps here, as the field was already pretty close together. Hopefully not, because we do want to see some green flag running.
Yeah, unfortunate. Even with the reduced safety cars, I think this is our third, if I'm not mistaken, with one virtual safety car. So yeah, you don't want to see that, but it is what it is. Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, not the over definitely hit on that.
Yep. Uh, Interesting that the top runners didn't pit. If I was electric or hood, I would be praying that all the medium and the soft runners take as much time passing guys like Redog, Badfast in Orlando that when they get to me, there's not enough laps left.
No,
I think that's
100%.
what they would be hoping for sure.
And surprising, here in the back, Male took the mediums, and it looks like Death, Stubbly, and MVD all have new softs. But again, to be fair, I'd say from P7 back are basically all new tires. Because it says 4 laps, but basically all those laps have been under safety cars, so I would say if you're sitting like where Male, Death, Stubbly just pit, it's going to be very hard for you guys to get points, in my opinion, at this point of the race. But again,
For
there is
sure.
still a few laps left, so you never know what can happen. Could have another safety car. Let's just run safety cars till the end.
Please no. We would want everybody in the chat wants action on the track. So, we want this to be the last lap under the safety car before we go green. And it's going to be a 7-lap dash to the end. We have like all the hard runners up at the front, medium runners at the middle, and softs at the end. That is fascinating for sure, how the grid is lined up here.
For sure. Hopefully, it'll be a good finish. We'll try and bring it to you as best as we can, ladies and gentlemen. I'd say F7R is probably in the best position, but again, it is going to be difficult to pass that many cars in such a short amount of time. These safety cars are definitely helping the hard runners.
Yes, for sure. The less amount of laps so they've done 11 laps, but probably under race condition, maybe 5 to 6.
Not,
So they wouldn't have been worn as much. But you can also say the medium runners have probably not done one lap at the moment because they've always been under the safety car once they put on those mediums.
yeah, I'm not too sure what Fiverr's doing here. He is the lapped car. I don't know why he's trying to go side by side with Hood here. I know he's ghosted under green. I do not know if he's ghosted under safety car. But
I
like
think he's being allowed to pass.
well, if he was allowed to pass,
If
I would guess he'd be passed by now, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
I
too sure.
hope
That's a bit
he
naughty.
doesn't screw up the restart for sure. This is actually screwing up Nick Minty's start, as looks like Electric Blade may have pulled off.
And safety cars in. This lapped car is going to destroy people. Now he's gone ghost. Now
Thankfully,
that we're green, we got 3 wide action back there. As it looks like Badfast is going to get through. No positions gained for F7R as Hood with a 3-second time penalty. That is
that it,
critical.
yes, it probably takes him out of a win for sure. This, unless he can make the move on Electric Blade and gap 3 seconds.
Yeah, that is a critical time penalty. That is very unfortunate. As Redog and Badfast are side by side,
Oh no, somebody Stubbly.
they're
Mad Duo, no, he has spun and he's going all the way back to P17. I think there was contact between him and DK,
oh,
and both of them are out of points.
and that is the Ferrari, I think, that may have lost his wing with contact from the Alpine getting loose. And that's the
Oh,
Alpine. And that, I'm pretty sure, is the lap car. Unless that was Fraggly. No, that was Fraggly.
Ragley.
But that is unfortunate. That clipped a few people's wings. So it looks like a few guys have wing damage in the back here. That Hughes' race after that first safety car has just not gone good. You hate to see it.
As E Warren and Deathstorm make up positions to be 8 and 9. They will be happy if the race ends right now.
as Hood's toughest competition at the moment is the lap car of Fiverr. We'll see who prevails through these final 5 laps.
As Orlando is getting close to Nick, but he cannot make the move.
As Kane,
As Fuse has retired.
and that is on
On
track, or is that in the
No,
pits?
it looks like it's in the pit lane.
Okay.
A very unfortunate race for him. If I was him, I would not be happy.
And Matt Duo with a 5 second. Luckily, no safety cars here. It looks like Hood has caught to the back of Electric Blade, but again, he does have a 3 second time penalty, so that is going to hinder him a lot. It will most likely take him out of podium contention.
As Fraggly spins out of turn 3.
F7R, though, not making the ground he needs on those newer tires.
Yes, he will be looking to make the moves. He has a lot of ERS to play with as well. He will be looking to use them in the next 5 laps in order to get probably a win for him.
For sure. Electric Blade, I think, just has to keep it clean here. But DRS will be active, I think, this lap or next lap.
I think it's going to be active at the end of this lap, but he'll get it the following lap.
Yeah, so DRS is going to play a big factor here. We'll see if Nick can catch the back of these guys, and then he'll get DRS next time around.
Well, he is probably getting DRS from the lapped car, which is still running between Hood and Nick.
That is true. If only he wasn't a lap down, he'd be fighting for a podium right now, ladies and gentlemen. As Hood is a bit to the inside, but smartly backs out of it.
As Carton and Chewy go wheel to wheel at the back for P11.
And Hood still fighting with this lapper. We'll see who finishes in front when it comes lap 27. I'm going to say Fiverr. That's where my bet's placed. Oh, as the freaking Orlando McLaren, and he goes into Bad Fast, and Bad Fast is out. That's a safety car.
Oh no! I think everybody is now going to look to come in. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe, maybe not, but unfortunate for Bad Fast right there. He was having such a good race. He overtook a lot of cars to come into the top 5, and I don't know what happened there between him and Orlando.
it looks like Orlando lost it coming through turn 11 or turn 7, I mean, and just Bad Fast was a passenger. Nothing he could do. He was along for the ride.
As Orlando looks like he does not have a left front end plate from the looks of it, he will be looking to come in, and probably his race is over.
As we'll see if any of these front guys pit. It'd be interesting. If you're about to pit up front, you better hope everybody pits behind you, because you're most likely not going to be getting that time back.
As the lapped car is not ghosted again, which is not ideal. If I were Blade, I would just let him pass at this point.
Yeah, almost everybody stayed out. People who voted Deathstorm in P11, you're shaking your boots right now. About to lose some channel points if it stays the way it is. William boys, they made their way back up. Now it's Mercedes and Williams looking the best here.
What is going on here at the top?
This Alpine either needs to lay off and let everybody pass, or go past the pit car or the pace car.
He has gone past the safety car, thankfully. Probably gave a slight message to Electric Blade saying, hey, I'm a lap down, I want to go. And Blade has let him through.
Well,
as Nick Minty and Redog swap positions for some reason. Maybe Redog overtook him and he gave the position back.
I'm not too sure. But I think the safety car has to go in on lap 25, because I think we have to have 2 laps of racing. So even if everybody's not caught back up, only going to have 1 more lap of safety car after this one, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a dash to the finish.
As Stubley, who was in P1 at the start of the race, has clawed himself back up to P7 after dropping down completely to P15, I want to say. But yeah, it went from good or great to bad to slightly okay for him.
It's been a roller coaster race for him, but you know what? He's in the points, so I'm sure he'll be happy with how his mid race was looking.
Yeah, for sure. At least looking at his rival at the time, Fuse, who is out, he would be pretty happy with the P7 right now.
I know for sure. Bad day for Ferrari, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
I'm always gotta cheer on the Ferrari boys, but no points for them in the opening round.
Well, my Williams boys are doing well out there tonight. Although Warren has a 3-second time penalty, it will probably still keep him in the points.
Yeah, again, didn't even think about that. Hood is probably gonna drop a decent amount of
Yes,
positions with a 3 second time penalty with this safety car.
yes, we are looking at the top three. I would say Electric, Nick, and Redog all have a chance of the podium. But what can Jays do? He's at a 10 lap old mediums, but frankly, he's probably done 3 laps on them, or two maybe, full laps. So his tires should still be fresh, and if he can get himself up at the podium, he would be very happy, considering this is his first race in contest of speed.
For sure. As I'm 95% sure the safety car will be in this lap because I think you do need 2 green flag laps in the Formula One games. So we'll try
Yes,
and
no
bring.
matter what. Yes, for sure, sir. No matter what, uh, safety car will be in.
Yes, we'll see if it gets spicy here. Hopefully, everybody keeps it clean. I know it's for the win, but you still want to go clean out there, everybody. Just like you've been all race.
Yes, incidents. I think apart from the Badfast and Orlando one, maybe nothing too hard. I think drivers have made mistakes and gone off on their own, mostly, I guess. But yeah, we would still want to see a clean finish, maybe a spicy finish as well.
For sure. There will be no DRS.
Oh,
DRS
that's
will
a yes.
DRS will not activate by the time they get to the finish. They should all have 100% ERS, which will help them. But again, no DRS as the safety car is in, and we will have 2 laps to decide the opening round of AM2 here at Suzuka.
All 15 drivers, apart from Fiverr, still have a chance to get some points, so they will be fighting hard, as Electric Blade will be looking for the first win of the season.
Yes, former AM1 driver down to AM2. We'll see if he can finish the story. And he is off as the final 2 laps commence. As there's a bit of weaving in the background, they are all past the start straight, so they can start passing. And it looks like Stubley is going for the pass, and he's just going to fall back in line there as the William boys are getting together.
Someone, as Deadstorm has lost a left end plate, I think, has come off, and he will be slow.
Oh, that
Yes,
is
he's going off the track. He
tragic for
is.
death. Oh, as the Aston Martin
Uh,
clobbers the back of the Ford of the Alpine, and that is day over for them.
Unfortunate day for the Alpine team here. Both of their drivers not finishing in the points, bottom two as of now.
As Electric Blade is gone. He has pulled out to a second, and he's probably got plenty of ERS to burn. As it looks like F7R, if we could get a good camera angle, he does not make the pass, but it does look like Warren may go for the pass here. No, he's going to drop back in line here. Basically, Electric Blade has run away with P1. We'll see if anybody else can get any spots.
Be interesting to see what Nick and Redog can do. Can they catch Hood Kool-Aid Man and go up and fight with Electric Blade? As Nick and Redog are going at it, and somebody's pushed off.
Redog, I don't know if he got pushed off. I think he just got a bit deep, but now he's off, and that
Off the
is going to
track.
maybe drop him out of the points. He's still in the points at the moment, but that is unfortunate. I think that's probably all of his own doing, but just you hate to see it. As the last lap has started, and Warren gets another 3 second time penalty, that may drop him out of the points.
That is unfortunate for the Williams driver. He was looking good for a top 10 finish. Matt Duo with another 3 seconds.
As
A lot of drivers getting 3 seconds right now.
Stubbly back up into P4 and MVD up into P7. I'm sure they are happy with that after the way their race was looking mid race.
Stubbly into P4. We'll be trying to get past Nick Minty here to see if he can get P2 because Hood has a 3 second time penalty and he just needs to finish in within 3 seconds of Hood to be able to claim P2.
At the back of the field, there's a bit of scrobbling. Redog is out of the points now. Looks like Kane is going to get that final position at the moment. We're going to go on board with DK, though. We'll see if DK can get past Kane. This looks like it's the closest battle. He is dropping off just a hair, as we'll go back on board with your leader. As Warren...
Coming
Never mind.
as
Nothing happened.
Hood and Hood tries to defend against Nick. Chewy makes the pass on Warren, and Electric Blade crosses the line to win the AM2 race here in Suzuka at Contest to Speed.
What
With
a
Nick
race.
Minty P2, Stubbly finishing in the points in P3.
Unfortunate end for Warren there with that extra time penalty. Drops him out of the points. The Williams boys were looking so good. Now no points for them. It looks like Mercedes and McLaren get the most points for each team. Well, depending on the race winner might have gotten the most points. But great win by Electric Blade there. First race back in AM2. First race of the season is on. And great race. Clean racing for the most part. Got a bit sketchy there at the end. But I mean, that's going to happen in racing. It's the final 2 laps. Everybody's going for the spots. But I'd say that was a great start to the AM2 season.
Yes, that was a fantastic race. Apart from, like you said, couple of safety cars, couple of unfortunate incidents. Maybe there will be some action in the stewards room, but a fantastic result for Electric Blade and the Red Bull team here. Stubbly with a fantastic comeback, and Nick, after his fantastic P2 finish on his debut, grabs P3 or P2. Sorry.
For sure. So if you want to get the top 3 in the voice chat for interviews while
Yes.
I go down the finishing order here for our first AM2 race, we got Electric Blade in P1, Nick Minty in P2, Stubbly P3, F7R P4, MVD P5, Hood P6, Orlando P7, Male P8, Kane P9, and DK P10, rounding out your points paying positions. And I just got to take a screenshot real quick because we gotta get these points for the thing. We got Redog P11, Ewarren P12, Death P13, Fragile P14, Matt Duo P15, Fiverr P16, Bad
16.
Fast 17, Fuse 18, Chaggerty 19, Spoonie in P20. And I will get those screenshots off the stream because I couldn't do both. I am sorry.
As I think you need to invite people to the chat there,
Okie
Mr. B.
dokie. So
Schultz.
I'll do that quickly. If you can tell me the final 2 guys.
It's Electric Blade, Nick Minty, and Stubbly.
Okay, perfect. Electric Blade, Doubly, and Nick Minty. Oh, Stubbly, get this. Stubbly. Perfect. So we'll get these guys in the VC, everybody. And then we'll do some interviews. But again, a great first race of the season for our AM2 side. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the on-track action.
Yes, a lot of battles up and down the field, a lot of overtakes, some wheel banging, some people losing their wing, but a fantastic finish nonetheless. Last 2 laps were filled with a lot of overtakes and a lot of action. Some unfortunate incidents, especially for Fuse, likes of Fuse, Bad Fast. But we got a fantastic race to start off AM2 for sure this season.
Yeah, for sure. I know there was a lot of safety cars, but to be fair, most of them were single car spins. I don't think there was that much as we saw, anyways. Obviously,
Yes.
we weren't racing, but there did not seem to be that many people wrecking each other, so that's good. As our winner of the first AM2 race of the season has joined our voice call, so we'll start with him. Electric, how was your car handling out there? And did you think you were going to get the win all along?
Uh, it was handled pretty well. I felt pretty good. That first safety car was really what won me that race because I was perfect timing to be able to put on hards, and yeah, just rode it out all the way to the end. So that was fun.
No, for sure. You looked good out there. Once that first safety car came out, it looked like you never looked back. You got any questions for him, Devil?
Sure. Yeah. Congratulations, Electric Blade, on a fantastic victory. Tell us about the race. That safety car kind of came out a couple of times. You were on the hards, I believe, leading the race. I think you had done probably 6 to 10 laps. Did you ever feel like you wanted to pit, or did you just want to see where these hards would take you, if they will take you to the end?
Yeah, the plan was just stay out and keep track position. That was the main goal because it was kind of hard to pass if you didn't have enough speed. So just trying to keep track position and see what happens, and it worked out.
For
For
sure.
sure.
One last question. Uh, how do you think qualifying went for you? Because we saw in the booth, some people went with inters, some people went with softs. Did you think that was the right choice in the moment with the tire you went with?
Yeah, I felt pretty good on softs. I said that the inters would be a little bit slower, so I just put the softs on and felt all right. So that was a very interesting qualifying indeed.
For sure. You love to see it. Do you have anything to say to your fans?
I'm not sure I have any fans, but I don't know. Just thanks for the broadcast and everything. It was fun.
You're very welcome. We'll see you next week. Great win, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Devil, I don't know if you want to try and get the other two in here. They don't
Yeah, I'm
seem.
trying. They're chatty in the chat, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll give it another 2 minutes here, but if they don't join, we'll just call the stream and we'll call it there. But we'll give them till I'll give them another 2 minutes, see if they join here. But
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
again, great win by Electric Blade there. Um, Great drive by Stubley to get back up into P2 after that. Was it P2 or P3?
I think he finished P3, if P2.
P.
Yes.
Okay,
But yeah, I think he did this in Bahrain as well, where I think he was involved in an incident. He didn't let that get to him. I think he charged back up the field there as well. He couldn't get the podium then, but what a fantastic drive, from him to come from all the way back. I think, like you said, he was probably P16 after the first safety car came out, which was so unfortunate for him and Fuse, I think. But yeah, he had a fantastic comeback for sure. As I see, Nick has joined.
for sure. How you doing, Nick? Congrats on your podium. We just want to know how'd your car feel out there today?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty rough the first half of the race. I ran a little bit more wing than I normally do, and I added a little bit more fuel. So I was just like a sitting duck the first 10 laps or so before the first pit stops. So once I came into the pits, I adjusted the wings to like what I normally run, and by that time, obviously, I burned off a little bit of fuel, so the car was good to go after that, and I started picking off more positions after that, and the last like 2 laps or so were pretty wild, but I was able to come out in second place right where I started, so pretty happy with that.
No, for sure. It was a great drive by you. I am now going to call you the safety car whisperer because the safety car always seems to go in your favor. But any questions for him, Devil?
Yeah, for sure. Great start for you, of course, in contest to speed. I think you got P2, if I'm not mistaken, in Bahrain, P3 here today. What do you think? Where do you think you'll end up this season? Are you looking to fight for the championship, or just take it take it race by race, see where you finish? These are probably new drivers to you, so do you feel like you want to feel them out a little bit, or are you going for the wins?
Yeah, I think I have, over the last two races that I've done with you guys so far, I think my pace is pretty decent. So, just based off of those two races alone, I should be top five contender for the championship. Obviously, if the win is there, I'm going to go for it. But yeah, I think my overall pace is solid, and I should be able to fight for wins and hopefully the championship at the end of the season.
For
For
sure. I think
sure.
we've done a few races together online, five lappers, and
Yep.
I can tell you Nick is pretty feisty, guys. So watch out for him in AM2 for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Now,
guys.
again, congrats on the podium and good luck next week heading into Zandvoort.
All righty. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thanks.
And it doesn't look like Stubley is going to be joining us. So, on that note, we're going to end the stream
Yeah.
here, but appreciate everybody tuning in. Tomorrow we have EU1 in action at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time. And then we have AM1 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK time. So make sure you come in, tune in, support the first divisions
Oh,
as we never mind. Stubley has joined, so we will be getting our thoughts from him. How you doing, Stubley?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, honestly, I was a bit upset. Like, obviously, getting pole position was nice and all. Like that, I was pretty pumped. Because Japan, honestly, I don't think is a good track of mine. But when I got pole position by like I don't know 7.5 tenths, I thought it was great. But then after that first safety car, I was pretty. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty upset. Just me and like I think it was Chewy. We got screwed over. So I was a little upset, but then like we proceeded to have three other safety cars. so so I don't know. I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty fun. But yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah.
was a fantastic comeback for sure.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no. Guys, I was talking because my buddy was watching, and I was talking with him, and he was like, I was like, he was telling me that you said that one of you said that there's no chance I was getting any points, and I was like, yeah, no, he's not wrong. He's like, hey, you got you can finish anywhere in this race, and I was like, okay, and yeah, so it was nice to see a third place.
No,
Well,
yeah,
you
you.
definitely proved us wrong then. So
No,
I am glad for
yeah.
you for sure.
No, yeah,
I appreciate it, guys.
you definitely had a great comeback drive there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we saw, and then right as the first safety car was ending, it looked like you got wing damage as well.
Yep. Yep.
So then you had to pit
I
again. So it just looked
yep.
like nothing was going your way. It was from a high down to a low, back up to a high. So you know what? It's a good
Yep,
way to
absolutely.
finish.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, it would have been nice to get a win, but you can't win them all. So I'm completely happy with a third place.
That is true. I
Yeah.
mean, with the pace you put in today, it looks like if you keep it up, you got a chance to contend for wins. So
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
for sure.
Yep.
Well, good luck going into
Yeah.
Zandvoort, and
Thank,
we might be talking to you again.
yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
You as
Yeah, you
well.
too. Good one
Uh,
and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Take care.
Okie dokie. Now we will be ending the stream. So again, like I said, we got EU1 and AM1 tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. But until then, everybody have a great rest of your night. Thank you for watching.